Hey! Hey! It's Zany Zane in the membrane, aka Wolf Brother, alter ego alias Nightman. As my second alias, I am Captain Canada, defender of freedom and a true patriot. And in being a Canadian, a kooky, crazy, insane-y, membrane-y Canadian, I've written a poem. And in all seriousness, I am happy and proud to be Canadian. So inspired, in fact, that all these words poured out of me. Brace yourself. How happy I am to be Canadian. How proud, how free I feel when I think of, well, picture this. A vast northern land of plains and mountains and endless forested reaches. A land of lakes and rivers, too numerous to count. A free and open society with peaceful, polite, tolerant peoples of all races and cultures. A multicultural and bilingual nation. Great heights and lookouts and shrouded ancient trees. Animals in great number. Moose and bear. Wolf and deer. Beaver and raven. Unearthly and primeval magical snowscapes. Emerald waters. And fantastically fun and accessible cities. You know, when I think of Jim Carrey and Mike Myers, and how much I miss John Candy, and the whole cast of SCTV, well, my heart swelled with pride. And how about all of the amazing bands, and rock groups, and singers, and super athletes, legends like Wayne Gretzky? Canada translation, endless talent. Good food, great beer. Maybe the best coffee on the planet. And some of the funniest and most likable people on the earth. Oh Canada, I stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, I love my country. I just wanted to take a pause. And there's something that I wanted to talk about. Well, basically I wanted to take one moment and to talk about some ways of overcoming depression, anger, hatred, anxiety, negativity, and negative thinking. All problems that I have had to deal with because of my own negative past. Number one, to start, I found that if I remember that the past is indeed the past, well, and that I'm always living in the present, well, then it's easier to let go of those things. I always try to focus on the positive. I am now having fun, doing things that I enjoy, and while these videos are one example of me making use of my creative talents and basically sharing them with the world. I also do everything I can to notice the wonder and beauty in all of nature and existence, and basically everything around us. I'm working to draw in positive people and loving influences into my life. Every day I'm making positive changes. One thing to keep in mind is that there is lots of help and support out there. Often it is a good idea to join together and create friendships with other people who have faced the same experiences or have gone through or are going through the same things as yourself. I, along with my girlfriend, we are both breaking free from negative people and influences, so I'm happy to share that. And finally, there is a massive amount of self-help in spiritual books and videos out there, and they can help anybody to help turn your life around. One important point as well that I wanted to bring up is the fact that most of the ideas and concepts that I've been talking about, again, they're not my own, but they are facts and theories that I've discovered, and they're theories that were discovered and created by other great thinkers philosophers and scientists. Such concepts as, once more, the 3 eyes of knowledge, which is something I've been continually bringing up with you guys. And also, some of the ideas are in fact mine. They're coming from my own opinions and expressions of feelings, coming from my own experiences and viewpoint. So I just wanted to get that across to everybody. Something else that I wanted to speak about. I wanted to speak briefly about concepts of good and evil. Speaking from the perspective of one who has long studied and immersed myself within the natural world, I have observed that within nature, when you're out there in nature, there is really no good or evil. All things simultaneously live together, they compete, and they coexist. The terms good and evil are, and from my experience, mostly made up. I would instead venture that in human terms, i.e., like how we live in society, or how we interact with others, I would rephrase things as being either positive or negative. If there is evil, it comes from our egos, and that's from projecting our own hatreds or fears upon other people or things around us. To me, evil is the deliberate act of willfully and purposefully causing pain or suffering and inflicting these terrible things upon others. Of the universe, perhaps one final note here. The universe itself is not wholly antagonistic. The nature of the universe, or rather the present or the now, is always change. Change is a never-ending constant, and every microsecond, an infinite number of endless interactions are forever fuel this change. Sometimes tragic things do happen, cataclysms, mass extinctions, or destructive events. Such events can often claim many lives, unfortunately. But to try to find answers to these occurrences is futile, for our thinking brains, which of course house our minds, can only comprehend fragments of the infinity that is the cosmos. Much of our human suffering is caused by our egos, from distorted thinking, that is unconscious thinking and negative thinking. Much of the suffering today for every single one of us is unnecessary. Much of the suffering and imbalances of this world are caused by, and have always been caused by, human egos, attacking other human egos. A large part of the problems of this world are derived from such unconscious thinking. Such thinking lies at the heart of the long centuries of past and present misery of our world. As individuals, it is our thoughts and what we choose to focus on that attract either good, meaning positive, or bad, meaning negative things into our own lives. The universe itself will bring you, or not bring you, more of whatever it is that you choose to dwell upon. Very important, everybody should remember this. Therefore, you, and only you, are the one who is in fact in charge of your own destiny. Now, the next segment, we will get back to where our world is heading and how it is changing. But for now, in light of change, and in light of limited times on the camera, I will continue soon.